Hey everybody, I'm Destin Legary. This is my good friend Mike Aransky. We're behind the scenes a little bit here. We are 8 minutes into the episode. I've asked Mike one question, and he has yet to answer it. Mike, the question we're opening the show with is, should you read your daughter or son's diary/journal?
Sure.
Ever? Is there ever a situation where you should?
Should I ever? Yes, if I feel like my daughter is, depending on her age, obviously, in the situation. How old is my daughter in this situation?
So your daughter right now is 4.
Yes, so that's the real weird part of this conversation to begin
So like
with.
13.
13. If
So
she's 13, she's
13
got a
to
journal.
15.
I would then...
She has a boyfriend.
She's got a boyfriend. She's 13
Yeah.
now. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I feel approved about that. But if
Get with the times, Mike.
Oh boy. These are conversations. These are really... I mean, I don't want to think about these things right now, really. But if you're making me think about these things, I would assume that the reason I would want to check the diary is if my daughter is, being a little promiscuous, maybe. Potentially there's some rumors on the table, and I got to make sure to take care of that.
You think she might be having sex with her boyfriend?
If she is, she's 13. We're gonna have some real big
She's
conversations.
13 to 15, 16.
Okay, all right, okay. There we go.
I mean, this is okay. So I mean, it's your daughter. It's very personal.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I mean, this is a common situation that families end up in, where like their girl or boy has a significant other.
Yep.
And they become sexually active, and that is actually where this question came from. The mom thought her daughter might be sexually active with her boyfriend. I think the girl was 15.
Yeah.
So she asked Yahoo Answers whether or not he gets a kick out of how I say Yahoo.
What do you say, Yahoo? Yahoo?
Mike, please
Okay.
focus on the question.
Okay.
Whether or not she should read her daughter's journal to find out or not.
Sure. I think, yeah, I mean, I would say you should check if you feel like that you suspect something. I mean,
Okay.
Being a nosy little parent, Ellie, you should never, ever date, ever. Anyway,
She's 4.
She's 4. So, in the future, if you see this video, and YouTube in the future, you need to make sure of that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe I would. I guess that might be the only reason I would ever do that. Otherwise, I don't want. That's our own personal space. I get that. I respect that, and I want to make sure that's the case.
So I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just talk to her?
Why wouldn't I just talk to her? Well, I would ask these questions first. If I suspect a situation's going on and I'm not getting the correct answer, then I need to investigate, like an investigator.
So, just in general, that has to be a difficult conversation. It's like, when do you think your dad? She's 4. When are you going to have the birds and bees talk?
Oh man, she's really. This is like hitting me hard, man. I'm like, the kid's 4. I just like to play with the dolls that she's got and stuff right now.
Well, I mean, the reason you were talking about reading her journal is because she's at that time in her life. So like, when do you have that talk with your daughter? Have you thought about that?
Have I thought about that? No, I choose to not think about that yet.
I don't blame you. Yeah.
Do I know when? I could not tell you yet, but I'm sure in due time when she's like, I don't really know. I really don't know.
It's a tough question.
It is a tough question. This is a real deep show you got here.
Well,
I guess it's. I thought you just talked about cereal and stuff. Now we're talking about stuff that I got.
Sometimes we talk about serious stuff. This one's really difficult. I would hope that I would never have to read, if I ever have kids.
Yes.
My daughter or son's diary/journal.
I would never assume to do this, but I'm saying if we've got to the point where we've had the conversation, and we're not getting anywhere with this thing, and we definitely heard the rumors on the table. And, it's an age thing. It depends on this age thing, by the way. Like, like all these things change at a certain level.
Like if she's 19, it's just like whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
You're 19.
No, I'm not approving any of this in any of these conversations, by the way. So this is not legal minding. So, Ellie, if you're paying attention to this in the future, when you see this on YouTube, don't. Anyway.
Just be 4 years old forever.
Yeah, forever.
I can't even
We
think,
will
like,
play with Barbie.
I thought this would be a lot easier and fun, but the more I think about it, I'm like, you're her dad.
Yep.
And I've known her since she was born.
Yep.
Like, I think I saw her the day she was born,
That's
right?
correct, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God, like, that would be incredibly difficult to deal with.
Yep.
Because she's a kid. I just see her as a kid. I was just at her birthday recently, and
so that's
yeah,
why
I don't know. So in your
super loaded.
In your mind, like you have to protect her, right?
Yeah, that's what Dad does. Dad does all the protecting.
Yeah. So you'd watch your daughter. You
Yeah.
would make sure that she's okay, and you would go for it. You would read the journal.
I would only if, man, it's not a guaranteed I'd get into that journal. I'm just saying it takes a lot of levels to get to that journal.
Yeah.
If we get past all the barriers and we're not getting through, then we have to go there. That's all I'm saying. But I don't even want to do these things. But I'm just saying, like, depending on her age, if she's young and I find out, I gotta make sure, because of that boy. Just saying.
So let's take Ellie out of it because that seems too personal. So
Sure
this
is.
mom was reading her daughter's journal because she felt like her daughter might be sexually active.
Yeah.
And she was concerned about her. So she asked Yahoo, and a lot of people were like, yeah, a lot of people were like, no. I don't know what happened that this woman couldn't talk to her daughter. But I would hope that if I were a father, I would have a good enough relationship with my kids to have the serious birds and bees talk with them someday. I mean, it's a loaded, difficult conversation to have, but it's necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, honestly, if I ever have kids, I don't want to know if they're sexually active or not. And if they are, I want to know that I've taught them just like, be safe.
Yeah, I mean that's the all of the assumptions on the table is that all these rules that I put on the table and everything is like we're rock and roll, and we are very aware. Bad news, unless you're ready. So be ready. Does that make sense? I don't know. No. But anyway, just telling my daughter here in the future, don't have sex until you're like
34. 34 is a good age to start.
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
45. I don't know about 45.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, yes, it's a really interesting question. Unfortunately, this is a real too early in this conversation for me to even think about these things.
I get that.
I would say that's where I would have to. I don't really know. I guess to draw the lines if I have to dig deep enough. So.
I think you and your wife have a good enough relationship with your daughter.
Yeah.
That this isn't going to be an issue.
It will not be an issue. It's not going to be kind of an issue. It's just not going to be an issue.
Definitely not.
Absolutely not.
I don't know what happened with the mother where she feels like, because my mom and I actually have she's like, I will never read your mail because people used to read all of her mail, all of her letters, her journals. She like had no privacy. So for her, it was really important that if I had a journal or whatever, she wouldn't read it and she wouldn't invade my privacy. She'd give me my space.
No, that's nice for her. That's good. So, and I would never invade my kid's space. It just comes down to.
But I also did a lot of dumb shit when I was a teenager.
Well, there you go. I mean, at that point, I would have been. Anyway, this could sound real weird if I say she wants to. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, so yes. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something a little more fun. I can tell you're a little uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like you made it all like this is a fun show. I came in here with like colorful things, and you made it real.
This show is about you're an adult, but really we're all just big dumb kids, right?
Sure.
I mean,
I like to say I'm like a big dumb hairy kid.
You are.
Yeah. So.
I mean, we kind of learn about life and how to handle situations by talking with our friends typically.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the show.
I got it. I get that.
That was way heavier than I meant for it to be.
You did.
So let's talk about getting drunk.
Okay, I like these parts of the conversation. This
All
is
right.
nice. See, this is a happy show now.
Okay, so the next question is...
Sold the package.